Number 3 wants you to read paragraph 6 from the story. And we have to figure out which word in this paragraph helps us figure out what disappointed means. Remember, it says circle the word. So there is one word we will circle that helps us figure out what disappointed means. So let me reread the paragraph and let's see if we can find that one word. The monkey could not find the one lost pea. The other peas the monkey had dropped rolled away. He climbed up the tree again and lay on its trunk, looking sad. The monkey was very disappointed. When I look at this paragraph, now I know how the monkey feels, right? The last sentence said he was very disappointed. Do you know someone, it could be yourself or someone else, who has ever been disappointed by something? If you're disappointed, how do you look? Maybe your shoulders are kind of down and you have a frown on your face. Because disappointed isn't really a good feeling, right? Because look back at the story. He dropped all those peas because he was looking for one, and now he had no peas because the other ones had rolled away. So if you're disappointed, I'm thinking you may look sad. And do we see that in here? Let's look back at the third sentence. He climbed up the tree again and lay on its trunk, looking sad. The monkey was very disappointed. Looking sad. I think that gives us a clue on how he looks, which then we hear of how he feels. So the word I would circle that best describes disappointed is the word sad. Number 4. Which event from the story is most important to understanding the central message? Before we can even figure out what's most important to understanding the central message, we need to figure out what was the central message. If you remember in the story, the king is watching this monkey. The monkey is eating these peas and he drops one. But in order to find the one, he drops all the rest that he has. Remember, he had a mouthful, his hands were full. So that means, can you imagine how many peas he had? But he drops one, so he drops all the other ones just to look for that one. That seems a little ridiculous, right? And the king thinks, oh my goodness, he lost so much, talking about all those other peas, okay? He lost so much to gain so little. So let's say in his hands he was holding 100 peas. So maybe he drops one, right? So now there's 99 in his hands. That means he dropped 99 peas to find one. And if all the other ones rolled away and he finally found the one, if he did, because in the story he didn't, that would mean he lost 99 peas to find one pea. That's not really much of a meal, is it? So that's why the king says, do you look back, actually in question number 2, this is an important sentence. He lost everything while trying to gain so little. That means he got rid of so much just to find one little thing. So that is an important thing we need to remember, okay? And the king says that from now on he wants to stay in his country. Remember in the beginning of the story where he talks about he thinks only beautiful things can be found in other places? So that's why he travels to the new land. He doesn't even think about what he already has. That's kind of like the monkey. The monkey is not thinking about what he already has. He still had, like the example I gave, 99 peas in his hand, but he's looking for the one that rolled away. Same thing like the king is thinking. He's like, man, I'm wanting to travel to all these other places when I already have so much where I'm from. So he's learning a lesson here, right? He's thinking, oh, I already had so much in my own country, and yet I wanted to go somewhere else to look for more, when he could just stay in his own country and explore there. So I think that's the lesson he learned, is that we don't really need to go off looking for something when we already have so much already. So now let's see which choice best matches the central message or the lesson that we learned from the story. It says A, the king rides his horse through a new land. Is that an important piece of information you need to know to understand the lesson? No, I don't think so. B. The soldiers give horses peas to eat. I don't think that's that important. I mean, it was a good detail to know in the story because that's how the monkey decides he's going to eat peas too. But does that help you understand the lesson? No. C. The monkey watches the king's men from a high tree. Again, that's a great detail, but does that help you understand the lesson? Let's keep going. D. The monkey drops all the peas to look for the lost one. I think that this may be our right choice, because remember, the lesson is neglecting or ignoring what you already have to look for something else. And I think that's exactly what happens in this choice. The monkey drops all the peas to look for the lost one. So this is very similar to the lesson that is learned. So for number 4, the answer is D. Number 5. Which sentence from the story best tells why the king goes back to his own country after watching the monkey? This is going to be very similar to the lesson, okay? So it's kind of like question number 4, where we have to think about the lesson we learned in the story. So A says, as he ate the peas, one pea fell from his hand to the ground. Does that tell you why the king went back to his own country? No, that's not that helpful. B. The monkey could not find the one lost pea. Does that really help us? No. Let's look at C. The other peas the monkey had dropped rolled away. Now that still doesn't give us that many clues on why the king went back to his own country. Let's read the last one. He lost everything while trying to gain so little. Remember, this is the important sentence that was also in question number 2 that I told you that we should really pay attention to, because the lesson that we learn is in this sentence. He lost everything while trying to gain so little. That means the king was looking at this monkey and he figured out, wow, he lost everything just to find that one pea. He lost all the other peas to find one. And that's when the king learned his lesson. So, I would choose D for number 5.